Hey there, folks. So I am here in Milwaukie, Oregon, and if you are lucky enough to have been to Milwaukee or Portland or Vancouver, anywhere in this area, you know what I'm talking about. It is really nice to be here. And you can see I'm right here next to this little tributary. There's this beautiful tributary feeding into the Willamette River. This will go out to the Pacific Ocean eventually downstream. There's a couple dams downstream, dams upstream. But anyway, I want to show you guys, there goes an osprey over there. I mean, it is really nice here. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit about what my view looks like, because for whatever reason, you want to see what I see. So here it is. This is the Willamette River and this little tributary. And here's the real reason for this video, if you manage to stay tuned in this long. It's these pipelines. So these pipelines go underneath this little tributary here and across to the other side of the river, somewhere over there past that no trespassing sign. And it's hard to say what kind of pipeline they are, whether it's water or natural gas, or maybe it's some sort of oil or diesel or sewage. There's really no way for me to know. I'd have to look it up. But what I wanted to show you is the protective coating, because there's this coating here and it keeps the iron from rusting. And you can see it's mostly worn off here, because this is where it goes underneath the river. So when the water comes up, it tosses around those giant trees like toothpicks, and it rolls huge boulders down the river. So while those boulders and trees are rolling down this little creek here, it hits these pipelines. And you can see they're all dented and pitted and scratched and scored. And there's only a little bit of this protective coating left. So, oh look, there's a lot more on the underside. So you get a good sense of what it's supposed to look like when it has a bunch of coating on it. It's fresh, there's no divots, it doesn't have any of that pitting. But what I really wanted to show you is this part up here, because this looks downright dangerous. So up here, the coating has been gone for a long time. So the coating is worn all the way off, and the pitting is pretty deep. And I don't know how long these pipelines have left on them. You know, whatever is going through these pipelines right here is, I don't know how thick these things are or whether it's under pressure. I don't really know anything about them, but there's two of them here, and you can see they go underneath the creek. But that pitting and that scoring and rust, that's not supposed to be there. You know, it's supposed to look like this. Smooth, protected. This is destroyed. So whatever's inside of here, at some point it's going to come out, whether it's sooner or later. And hopefully it's later, and before then they stop putting it through. Whatever it is, they can stop putting it through there, figure out another way of doing whatever the heck they think is important by putting this water in threat. This water is in danger because of these lines, whatever it is, unless it's water. But even then, the water that they put through lines, it has a bunch of lead and you know, chlorine and fluoride. So if it goes right in here where this little piece of moss is and that little tiny water bug, then it'll kill it, because there's just like a very, very fragile ecosystem that exists here with all of these life forms that support each other. You know, it's complex and beautiful. And when you put pipelines into that mixture, it creates potential danger for the life that exists there, because whatever is going through there, they don't want it in this area. That's how come they have it inside of the pipes. If it was safe to be here, you know, I don't know, I don't, who knows what's in there? Maybe they do have to pipe it for whatever reason, but I wish we could just figure out a better way of doing things, because this seems ridiculous and dangerous for there to be pitted pipes. And this is the part that makes it really dangerous. That's a public park up there. So that's where little kids hang out and parents, and there's like water access over here and kind of almost like a beach for people. You can see there's kayakers out there on the river. So, you know, if this pipeline back here is a pipeline that puts natural gas or oil or sewage or something through it that could endanger the people, it really needs to be looked at, because it's not supposed to be all rusty like that. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be corroded and rusted and have the protective coating all gone and just holes. Anyway, I'm gonna go back up here to where it's beautiful and nice, and try not to think about it too much. But you know, that this is the truth for me, is that type of infrastructure, because you know what I just realized is that the sewage treatment plant, it is right near here. So it could be sewage. They repainted it up here. See, look, they resurfaced it. So here, probably the same thing happened. It got rusted out and the coating came off. And so they looks like they cleaned it all away and painted it, repainted it with a new protective coating. But anyway, the sewage plant is right near here, and there's a bunch of sewage that goes into our water system when it floods. And we live in Oregon, so in Oregon we get a lot of rain. It floods quite a bit, and now, like right now, we have stay out of the water orders in on the coast, and not surprising to me, we have runoff problems upstream. So that's all an aside from the pipeline, but you know, it's emblematic of a larger way of existing that society's comfortable with. And I feel like we really need to figure out fresh solutions that have better outcomes for ourselves and for everyone else. You know, even for little water bugs and ospreys, because it's dangerous what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's dangerous what we're doing. So with all that said, I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day out there.